Hi everyone, it's Pam from the DSP&S program. Before we begin today's presentation, I'm going to quickly review the workshop participation guidelines. In order to share as much information with you as we can in the time that we have available, today's presentation is structured in a way that's for viewing only. Viewing only means that we won't be able to take live questions during today's presentation. Also, you will not be able to unmute your audio button. This is intentional to make sure there are no disruptions during our presentation. If you do have a question or need additional support, you can use the chat feature to send a message to Pam. I will be answering the chat questions during today's presentation, or I will follow up with you via email later today or tomorrow. All of you will receive a copy of the PowerPoint via email either today or tomorrow also. Please note that there is a zero tolerance policy for inappropriate questions, comments, or disruptions, and will result in the participant immediately being removed from the meeting. If you have any specific questions for your counselors or other staff members, contact information will be provided at the end of the presentation on the last slide. So that covers the workshop participation guidelines. Thank you for attending, and the presentation will begin now.
All right. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So this training will discuss our Accessible Information Management System, also known as AIM. And we will go through how to log in and request your accommodation letters that will be sent to your instructors. All right, so AIM is the DSP&S office uses, accessible information system that will help students independently coordinate their accommodations. And AIM also houses all student files and protects confidential information regarding students, their accommodations, and any other documents on file. The system allows for transparency and to streamline communication between students, instructors, and DSP&S staff. Every semester, students must complete the following in the AIM application. You'll request your accommodations every semester. Every semester, you're starting new classes, so you'll have new instructors. So it's really important to get those sent over because the new instructors will not automatically receive these. You do need to log in and send them. It also houses all of the DSP&S policies. So most of you should have completed your intake appointment with a counselor. And that's where we went over a lot of the policies, student responsibilities, but all of those documents are housed in this application as well. So you can refer back to those if needed, or always ask a counselor. We're happy to help go over those types of things. Today, later, we'll go through the process of generating a faculty notification letter. That's where your accommodations are listed, and it gets emailed to your instructors so that they know what accommodations you need, and they'll get those set up and situated for you. Accommodations begin as soon as the instructor receives the letter. So in high school, the accommodations may have already been sent to the instructor. It's really important that you send these every semester. It is good to send it out about a week before the classes begin to ensure that the instructors are getting them. So that is coming up. I would encourage you after this workshop to log on and send those today. And I'll show you how to do that here shortly. Sorry, my buttons are getting stuck, so I don't know why it's doing that. All right, so first you need to log into your student portal. Oh, I apologize. I don't know why the computer's doing that. You'll log into your student portal. So you'll go to the Fresno City homepage, and at the top right, you'll see My Portal. You may have already logged into this portal to access your email, Web Advisor, Canvas, and that is where our DSP&S app is also found. So to log into the portal, you'll need your username, which is your student ID number, and your password will be your initials, uppercase, first initial, lowercase, last initial, and your date of birth. And you want to make sure you have the student box checked. Okay, so once you're inside your portal, it's going to automatically take you to your dashboard. You need to make sure you go to the tab that says Apps Catalog. You'll click on Apps Catalog and look for the blue icon, and that's the DSP&S AIM application. All right, so once you log into AIM, it's going to take you to your student profile. And if it's the first time logging in, you will be required to sign some documents. So these are all of the policies and procedures that you discussed with the counselor. It'll be your accommodation plan, consent of release of information, all the intake forms. So those must be e-signed in order to move forward to get to your accommodations. So if you haven't logged in yet, you're going to see this screen first. Make sure you click on the forms to sign those. You'll scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll just type in your name to electronically sign those. And then you will submit, and your profile will be ready to go. Sorry, I'm trying to press the arrow, it's not working. Okay, and so next will be the accommodation process. Okay, so in your dashboard, you'll go to the left and you'll find some gray boxes, and you need to find list accommodations. You'll click on that. Your accommodations should already have been set up with your counselor during an intake appointment. So if you see that you have no accommodations listed, that means you did not have that discussion with the counselor to set up accommodations like extra time on testing, note taking, anything that you're needing to support you in your classes. So then you will need to make sure you reach out to us and schedule a counselor appointment to get the accommodations set up in AIM before you can request them. All right, so these are the steps. These are just screenshots. I will be doing a live demo here shortly. But once you click on the list accommodations, you are going to see your class term. So the example here is spring classes. But so step one, you're going to look for your classes. So it'll say fall 2020 and list the class right next to it. You'll click on each class individually. So in this picture, I don't know if you can see, there's a check box to each one. So you need to click on each class and send each class their own accommodation letter. Okay, so make sure you're double checking that you captured all classes. So once those are all checked, you'll move to step 2. Okay, so you'll review the courses, and then you'll check the accommodations that you want to use for that class. So this picture here is of one class, Counseling 282 class, and the list of accommodations that were approved. So for example, this one has testing, e-text, audio recorder, note-taking, and note-taking technology. So if you wanted to use all of those, you're going to check each and every box. If you only wanted to use testing, you're only going to check testing. My advice would be to check all of them. So the teacher has them at the beginning of the semester, And then if you decide not to use one, that's your right to not use one. But if you don't click a certain accommodation and then later need it, you're going to have to go through this process again, or you may forget and the instructor is not going to have that, and there's not much we can do at that point. So it's better to just check them all and send them and use them as needed or not needed. With the online transition and setup that we have in the fall, some of these accommodations are not going to be applicable. Some of them may end up being needed. We're going to have to get that set up accordingly. So just make sure you check all of them out. Okay, so once they're all checked, you do need to submit them at the bottom. Once you submit, it's going to be reviewed and then approved, and the final letter will be sent to your instructor's faculty email. You'll also receive a copy that it was sent. Okay, and remember, you are responsible for requesting your letter before the start of the semester. Plan ahead, begin the process of requesting your faculty notification 2 weeks prior. So I would get started right now since class starts in a couple weeks on August 10th. And then you will want to follow up individually with each instructor. It's always good to introduce yourself, let them know that you did send your accommodations over. But remember, you do not need to identify the nature of your disability to your instructors, but it has been found helpful for students to just discuss their learning styles and needs and kind of go over their accommodations and what they plan to use for the semester. It's also a good way to just confirm that instructors did in fact get your faculty notification letter, so that you're ready to go at the start of the semester and no surprises come up later. Also answer any questions that your instructor may have regarding your accommodation request. Sometimes there's new instructors, part-time instructors who have had training on the DSP&S process, but you know, it's kind of a new system and process for them as well, just like you guys being first semester students. So they may have questions as well. So try to answer those as best as possible, or you can always refer them to your DSP&S counselor, and we're more than happy to help assist with information. And if you have any questions regarding the faculty notification process, again, don't hesitate to reach out to your DSP&S staff or counselor at any time. This is our office phone number and email. You can also visit our webpage for our counselor emails as well. All right, so we're going to jump into a live demo of how to log into your portal, log into AIM, and send the accommodation form. Oh, okay. All right. So we have the Fresno City homepage up on the screen here, and to the very right will be my portal. So you'll click on that. It's going to bring you to this page here. You're going to sign in. Again, this is the page where you'll use your username. It's going to be your student ID number. Your password is going to be your uppercase first initial, lowercase last initial, and date of birth, and student. I will have to sign in with my employee one, so it's going to look a little bit different. Okay, so once you log in, it's going to bring you to your dashboard here. You should automatically have Web Advisor, Student Email, and Canvas. I've added the AIM icon to my favorites, but you guys will need to go right here to Apps Catalog. And you'll find it here, DSP&S AIM portal. If you wanted to save it to your favorites, you would click on the right, these 3 lines here, and save it to your favorites. That means it's going to automatically be on your dashboard when you log in. Okay, so you're going to click on the AIM profile or portal link, and it's going to bring you to your student profile. This is what your student profile in AIM is going to look like. So you have your dashboard here, your profile, and then you're going to list accommodations. Oh, okay. You're gonna have to log back in. So, so see, all of our systems are confidential, so it logs out all the time. So I do have to get back into that. I'm sorry for that. Okay, I don't know why it's. Okay, we should be up and running again. This should be the student profile here with your dashboard. You'll go to list accommodations. Okay, and once you're in there, you'll see fall of 2020. So this is your step 1. You will click on the class that you're taking in the fall. And then you'll go to step 2. And this will be your class information. It'll have your class name, your instructor's name, the day and time of the class. Most are online, unless you have a lab. And then these will be the accommodations that were approved. And again, I recommend choosing all of them. So you want to look carefully because you need to do this for every single class, and every single accommodation needs to be checked. So once you check those boxes, you'll submit your accommodations, and system update is successful. So they have been sent and approved. It gives you the time that you sent them over. You can also look at a PDF. Let me see. When you go back to your accommodations. I think it's dashboard. Okay, yeah, so if you go back to your dashboard, you can look at the class that you sent. So I sent this one over, and you can generate a PDF. Oh, there it is. And this is the letter that gets sent to your email, or to the faculty email. So your instructor is going to receive this email. It's going to have your name and that you are a student with DSP&S, and that these are your verified accommodations. So you may have clicked alternative testing, but when the instructor gets the letter, it's going to have all the details. So they know what extra time to give you, what the study needs to be like, and all of that. If you wanted to download a copy of this PDF for your own records, you can do that too by going to your dashboard. Okay, and I think that's it for the live demo of the requesting your faculty notification letters and our presentation today. I believe if you had questions, you can put them in the chat, and someone should be answering those for you.
Yeah, so this is Pam. I'll stay on the chat for another 10 or 15 minutes. So if anyone else has any questions, you can go ahead and send me a chat request. Okay. Otherwise, if you feel like you've gotten everything you need today, you can go ahead and log out. I would recommend that you call 8237 and schedule a follow-up appointment to meet with your counselor.
Yeah, school will be starting shortly, August 10th. So now's the time to reach out, get things set up, check out AIM and the student portal. Since a lot of all your classes are going to be online, it's really good to get familiar with that portal and the DSP&S app. Yeah, okay. Well, everyone have a good day, and we look forward to hearing from you and have a great semester. But yeah, we're staying on for questions, so feel free to reach out, or send us an email if it's something you don't want to talk about right now.